Patient is a virtue, they say, but Man United, the supporters, do not have it. Welcome to the United Sport. My name is Webb, and here I am to just speak to you guys. It's a Sunday, and I keep telling you, Sunday is a day of faith, and for me, I keep it positive, so positive on Sunday. And listen, subscribe, like, and share as I get into this talk. Now, listen, this is now a Sunday sermon. You can call it a Sunday Man United sermon if you like. Listen, Man United for a fan like you and I is extremely, extremely difficult to support. It's extremely difficult to have joy as a fan of Man United. But listen, are you surprised? Are you surprised? What do you expect after moving on from a guy who was in charge of the club, everything at the club, for so many years, like Sir Alex Ferguson was? We all know that we love stability. We love having one guy running things. Brings a bit for a period of time. It brings stability. But when they leave, if there wasn't a continuity plan, it is always going to be difficult. I hate politics, but I'll relate this to countries mostly in Africa. Those countries that have presidents like my native Uganda, that has a president who has been in charge for nearly 40 years. There is a positive about it. The stability of having one government leading you for all these years. Political stability. Don't we all have it? We do. But when he leaves, that's when you will get to understand why it was perhaps not right to have them in place for such a long time. There is what they call overstaying your good. Sir Alex Ferguson stayed at Manchester United for so long and everything was running through him. Now, post Sir Alex Ferguson, guy abruptly retires from football, and he leaves the club there for some people to come in and continue what he was doing, but they were not him. They did not have the control like he did. Things were revolving around him. They do not. So they now have to put together a team of so many people, systems of so many people, structures of so many people. Meanwhile, things have moved. Sir Alex Ferguson was running things his way, the traditional way. He would figure things out. Things, meanwhile, had already moved into technology, into data, into science, into analytics. Everything had changed. But this guy leaves, and the guys in charge are struggling to keep it to keep it together because they were not involved in the nitty-gritty of running the club to the success that Sir Alex Ferguson achieved. So it was always going to be difficult for Man United to get out of that that ordeal. Should be I would call it an ordeal of the departure of Sir Alex Ferguson. He had to go, but we had to deal with it. Now Man United has got to manage. Now people will say, why has it taken so long? The other clubs, meanwhile, have been working and studying technology, have been evolving and changing things with times, and that's why they look like they are far ahead of Man United. Now, what Man United is trying to do is to play catch up, and the first step in that direction was relinquishing the football side of the club to people who they believe can try to modernize it, and that's INEOS. Now, it's just over a year after INEOS took over at Man United, and people feel everything should be sorted. No, it cannot be. Guys, it's a process. Solving issues at Man United is a process. Trust me, I don't rate the time before INEOS. For me, when I talk about Man United's rebuild, I don't count the time when the Glazers were still replacing managers and buying players. I don't count it. I count the time when INEOS took over, as now the proper rebuild has begun, so it's now just 1 year into the new rebuild of Man United. When now you break it down from INEOS, and have INEOS done everything right, perhaps to the eyes of us watching, the things they're doing are not good. Perhaps under ordinary circumstances, they wouldn't have wanted to do the same things they're doing by like sacking people. I don't think Sir Jim Ratcliffe has the best night knowing that 200 Britons are losing their jobs. I don't think it gives him a nice sleep. No, but this has to be done to correct the wrongs that were done before by the Glazers, to sort commitments that were made, because the club it will not change if things don't change. You've got to understand this. So INEOS are trying to change things, trying to get money, to bring in money. There are so many regulations now that were not there before. They're trying to find every possible avenue to bring in money to solve the situation. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to correct the business. It's like inheriting a business that is in trouble, that has got all things wrong. Now, this is what they're trying to do. They bring in a new coach who is just 3 months into the job, plays a certain style of football that in the modern game is so futuristic. The system that Amorim plays is quite futuristic. They bring him in, young guys tell him, come start with us instantly. It's certainly going to be difficult for them because a lot of things are changing around the team. So the losses will come. United will get beat. As a fan, you don't like it. It's hurtful because you're just looking at the games of the day and the decision Amorim has made, but you don't think about the whole ecosystem around the team you see play. The whole ecosystem is being changed and tweaked and stuff. It has to take time. So for me, this video is for me to manage our expectations. If we manage our expectations, we are going to appreciate the positives about what INEOS is doing and where they're coming from, the spirit under which they're doing it, or behind what they're doing. You're going to appreciate what Amorim is going through. You're going to support him and back him with appreciation, not be sentimental. You can come out here as a frustrated fan. Your club has lost, and you feel bad that you've lost to a Mino in Southampton or whichever small club. But in your heart of hearts, you will understand why they have lost and understand that there is a deliberate process to make it right. And it will take time. Are they doing stuff? Yes. There is a window coming. Patrick Dogu, the first signing for Amorim in the previous January transfer window, already the 3 games he's played have shown us elements of what he could do, what we could do with a better team, of where we are heading, because you see how he has made the right wing look a bit exciting. Clearly, we've seen it in the games he has played. You can see there is room for him to improve, but with the team, he cannot be so good alone. He cannot be the solution to all the United problems. You see the club has injuries, but people are still giving up already on Ruben Amorim. You see that there is a need for new players, new midfielders. So, is he going to bring the new players now? No, he can't. He has just got to implement the way he knows and views football with these players as he gets to the end of the season. Then post that in the summer, again, as the people around him try to get the resources to help him build the squad he wants to build, we will hope things will get better. Guys, let us be patient. I'm tired of Man United supporters coming into my inbox, attacking Amorim, abusing INEOS, going back into the impossible talk of, you're venting. You're just doing the same thing. Let's fast back this process for some time. INEOS asked for 3 years. They gave Ruben Amorim a 2.5-year contract, meaning give him a summer and then next season. Midway into the next season, we will have an idea of where we will see where we are headed. Trust me, we will see where we are headed. So for me, this is on this Sunday to tell you guys, we struggled. Amorim was saying the players did not do the things they for the most part of the game. They did not do the things they worked on during training within the week. It's the same players that we need to let go of. He has got to manage with them. He can't do any magic. Give it time, guys. Let's be patient. Let's stop the hate speech. Let's stop the negativity. Let's stop dragging us back into the bad impossible, because you can drag us back into a possible. But what's impossible is that Sir Jim Ratcliffe is not going to relinquish his stake in Man United because you're shouting. He's not going to do that. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is not going to stop doing the things that are going to make it work. If it means increasing ticket prices or of laying off people, he's not going to stop doing it because of your noise. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is not going to fully buy Manchester United. Why? The Glazers do not want to sell it. Do you blame the Glazers? Would you sell Man United if you are the Glazers? No, you can't sell the biggest football club in the world and then do what? A club that your dad is a legacy in your family. Your dad bought in a magical way, in a record way. Malcolm Glazer was buying shares for fun. I dropped a video of this, I think, long time ago, and I just started the United Sport. I can tag it along here on this one so that you listen to how this man took over Man United. This is a legacy. They cannot sell it. It's not going to happen. It's good enough that they relinquished the football part of the club to INEOS, and INEOS are trying to get it right. They have got a team together. Let's give it time, guys. Might get beat. We could even get relegated. I don't think it's going to happen. But even if it did, it's okay. We are on a journey. Stop the pride. Calm down. Be humble, guys. We've got to be humble as Man United now. Let's be humble. It will come to an end. Let's back the process. Let's not disorganize it, because it can happen. I don't like the pressure that people are piling now on INEOS, on Ruben Amorim, poor guy, because he's the manager. It's not necessary. We know what is happening. We should understand it, appreciate it, and respect it, acknowledge it, and be patient, and just back and trust the process. My name is Webb. This is the United Sport. That's my Sunday dose for you today. Cheers.